Okay, so part of the reason he wants to be friends again is because he thinks maybe his life wasn't as good as it was without Jeff in it, so he wants Jeff to be friends with him. All right? And so it looks like they're trying to be friends. Okay? So Bradley chose a different path than fighting. All right? That was really a hard thing for him to do, huh? So he shook his best friend's hand. The other boys were dumbfounded. That means they were shocked. Dumbfounded. No one said a word. Andy finally broke the ice. "Do you like to play basketball, Bradley?" he asked. Bradley looked at him, bewildered. Bewildered means surprised. "Wow. I'm not very good," she said. "So? None of us are," said Jeff, patting him on the back. "Now we'll have even teams," said Robbie. Bradley was terrible. This is chapter 33. Bradley was terrible. He dribbled with two hands. He passed the ball to people who weren't on his team. But worst of all, when anyone passed the ball to him, he said thank you. He never shot at the basket. He didn't dare. Finally, after his team was losing 28-6, anyway, everyone told him to try a shot. He looked around for someone to pass to. Jeff sat down so Bradley wouldn't pass it to him. "Just shoot," he said. The rest of the team sat down too. "Shoot it," they said. Are you guys getting a picture in your mind of how funny this is? This is supposed to be a basketball game, and everyone has just sat on the ground and said, "Shoot it!" You see? And this poor Bradley, who's hardly ever played basketball before, has got the ball and doesn't know what to do. All right, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue. Everyone on the other team sat down too. "Shoot the ball!" Bradley faced the basket. His tongue slipped out of the corner of his mouth as he carefully aimed, then threw the ball high in the air. It hit the back of the rim, bounced against the backboard, and then dropped through the net. "Great shot," said Jeff. "Way to go," said Andy, patting him on the back. At first, he couldn't believe it, but then he saw Carla's book lying on the ground at the base of the basket. No wonder, he realized. Everyone headed for the water fountain. Bradley went along too, even though he wasn't thirsty. But then once he got there, he realized he was thirsty. He just hadn't noticed. "Good game, Bradley," said Brian. "You just have to stop passing to people who aren't on your team," said Dan. "Maybe you should give the rest of us on your team black eyes too," said Robbie. "Then you'll know who to pass to." Everyone laughed, even Bradley. He and Jeff were the last two left at the water fountain. Everyone else had already started back to class. As they drank, their eyes met, and they broke up laughing. "How'd you get the black eye?" Bradley asked after he stopped laughing. "Melinda," said Jeff. Bradley nodded. "She's strong," he said. "Oh boy, you can say that again," said Jeff. They laughed again. "My book!" Bradley suddenly exclaimed. He ran back to the basketball court where he left it. Jeff shook his head as he watched Bradley run away. Life's weird, he thought. He walked into the boys' bathroom and splashed his sweaty face with cold water. He had to hold the faucet down with one hand and splash his face with the other. Colleen Varigold walked in. He stared at her. She looked around, then screamed and ran outside. Jeff watched the door swing shut behind her. "I want you to turn and make a prediction about what is going to happen next."